This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, for almost 20 years, Tammy Martin has been hosting a fundraiser to help local people fighting cancer. She'll tell us all about this year's Country for a Cure. Hello and welcome, and yes, thank you for watching. I'm Ken Karen. I think it's great we are all together, so let's get to our headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The end of the year is quickly approaching, but still no state budget. Pennsylvania school districts are hoping a budget will soon be passed. Board members from the Northwest Area School District are concerned and have said they may have to close schools in February if state funding doesn't arrive by then. It's a scenario other districts could face as well. Today, representatives from Northwest Area traveled to Harrisburg to explain their difficult situation and its potential impact.
And they brought up really good points. I mean, they were talking about, look at families. If a school doesn't open, and we take this for granted, but if a school's not going to be open in January, that family's not going to have a job if they're the cafeteria worker or the bus driver. They're not going to have childcare. The school nurse is not going to be with those children. The children are getting meals at school. So, I mean, there's such a huge impact there.
Toohill says that Pennsylvania children deserve that education. It is their right. Members of Luzerne County Council are facing two important issues. The first is, will the county pass a budget today, or will the 2015 budget go into effect for next year? That question will be answered when Luzerne County Council meets tonight at 6 p.m. The second issue deals with who will serve on the search committee for a new county manager. The committee will recruit applicants and choose finalists for the job. County Council will then select the new county manager from the list of finalists. Hazleton police responded to a report of a stabbing yesterday. It happened in the 600 block of McKinley Street Park around 4:30 in the afternoon. Police say that the woman, whose name was not released, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. According to police, the 38-year-old victim was involved in an argument and altercation with Stephanie Washington. Charges of simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, and harassment were completed against Stephanie Washington. The holidays are quickly approaching, and so is an annual event that raises money for local residents who are battling cancer. Lisa Sugart has more on how you can have a great night out, all for a wonderful cause.
It's almost time for a wonderful event that's held in our area that benefits local people. It's called Country for a Cure, and its organizer, Tammy Martin, the former mayor of Freeland, is here once again to bring us all the news of what is happening with this event. You told me this is going on for 19 years. I'm amazed. I know this started with you and your late husband, the former mayor of Freeland, Tim Martin, as the mayor's dinner dance.
Yes, we started it 19 years ago after we lost his father to cancer. We just wanted to do something to help others who were battling, and we figured we'll have a dinner dance in January after the holidays are over. You know, people are looking for something to do. We thought it was a great way to get people out.
And you kept it going. Tim, we lost Tim, I know, and you were the mayor of Freeland, and you decided to keep this going. So this is a lot of work that you take on each and every year, but you get a lot of joy out of doing this and what it does to help people.
It is a lot of work. We start the planning, as I said, it's always the last Saturday in January. The planning for the following year starts February 1st. You know, you have to book your hall, you have to book your entertainment, you have to get that stuff early. So starting the following day, we start all over again and we start planning it. And it takes about a year to get it all done, but at the end of the night, it's worth it. And when you hear the stories, the success stories of the people that we helped, you just know that everything you did was worth it.
And the nice thing is all the money is staying locally, so you know that it is helping local people, and you're seeing the good it does.
Yes, we used to, years ago, donate it to the American Cancer Society, but unfortunately, the world that we're in, you're hearing more and more of your own neighbors who live in your own neighborhood. They're battling it, and I sat down with my family and we talked about it, and I said, I want to help local people. I want to help the guy that stands behind me at the grocery store who just came from chemo and has to go back to work because he can't afford not to. You know, I want to help the person who can't afford their medication because of the cold weather that we were having, not this year, but they have to make a choice between their medication or their oil. You know, I don't want to see anybody have to deal with extra stress when they're dealing with this. And it's a toll, not just on, you know, the patient themselves, but on the family.
And sadly, you know that firsthand, so you know what people are going through. The Country for a Cure dinner dance is taking place on January 30th, starting at 5 o'clock till midnight at the Freeland Events Center. Tickets $35 a person. Tell us what they get for all this.
For $35, that includes a catered meal by J. Paul B. Catering. This year's entertainment is Brandon from Music Master Entertainment, North of 40, and Ostrich Hat. Then we do have a bar there. And then if you didn't want to get the tickets and come for the dinner, you can come after 7 o'clock. The doors will open to the public. It's $10 admission, and then it's a cash bar for those coming after 7. And it is a casual event. So you can come in jeans, you can come in your sneakers. You know, if you want to dress up, that's fine. We have some people that dress up too, but it's a great night out for a great cause.
Alrighty. And where do they get the tickets?
They can either call me at 956-4940 or call my daughter Amanda at 956-9297.
All right, so you're hoping to break records this year. We hope we have a huge turnout and raise a lot of money to help a lot of local people who are battling a terrible disease.
Yes, last year our attendance was well over 370 people. This dinner dance is also going to go in conjunction with the lantern lunch that we did in October. So all that money is going to be added to our total so that we can maybe help even more people this year.
Well, great job, Tammy. I know you always do a wonderful job with this, and it's wonderful to see how many people are helped. Please help her help others. Please get a ticket for this wonderful event. Again, it's happening on January 30th in Freeland. Come out, Country for a Cure.
And you do have to be 21 years old to go to Country for a Cure. Thank you, Lisa, for that interview. Well, it's a holiday tradition, fish for Christmas Eve and to ring in the new year. And now word that a new business will be opening just in time for the holidays. Maylast Seafood Tent on Route 93 in Sugarloaf will officially open tomorrow. Located next to Tom's Kitchen, Maylast Seafood Tent will offer a full line of seafood, including lobster and shrimp, for your holiday gatherings. Maylast will be open from noon until 6 p.m. starting tomorrow through Christmas Eve. Coming up next on FYI, I have your local weather forecast, and as we get closer and closer to the winter season, let's see if it will still feel like spring. And in sports, we'll get to know Penn State Hazleton men's basketball coach Jeff Rush a little better.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It was a fun weekend for Brandon's Forever Home. The BFH kids participated in the Christmas in Cunningham Parade this past Saturday. Brandon's Forever Home would like to thank Cunningham Borough for choosing Brandon's Forever Home to support and for letting the kids participate. Special thanks to John Jarrah of Jarrah Contracting for donating his truck and trailer along with candy for the children. Now let's check out a segment on McCann School of Business and Technology.
Changing futures, changing lives right here at McCann School of Business and Technology. We're at the Hazleton campus, and we're educating you about some of the degrees that you can get here. Surge Tech is one that we want to talk about as the winter term is approaching. And we have two students with us and a very special guest with us. So if you can tell us your name.
Ashley Kingston.
Okay, and you're going through the program right now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, and your name?
Michelle Huntington.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. And this little cutie?
Annalyn.
Annalyn. And I wanted Annalyn in for a reason for this segment because you actually are coming here to school and gave birth to her during the term, correct?
Yeah, I did. She's 3 weeks old, so 3 weeks ago I gave birth to her and I'm still here, still chugging along.
Well, God bless you to give birth and also be going to school. That must have been a hard time.
Yeah, it was hard, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I have a kid, so I want to do what's best for her and best for myself. Benefit us both.
Okay, so talk about the Surge Tech program.
Well, it's basically training us to like go out in the field, and it's like hands-on. Everything that we're gonna do out there, we learn right here on the campus. It's very hands-on, very into it. Like, she trained you exactly for what's going to happen out there. Anything that could happen, she's training you for it.
What impressed you most about the program?
Just how intense the field actually is and how you get to learn so much about it, and that it is hands-on. Like, most colleges you go, you sit in class and that's that. Here it's hands-on, and she's just so very, like, right there with you. Like, everything that she wants you to know, she teaches you, she shows you, and then makes you do it. So.
All right. And how is it with being pregnant? You had to put yourself through school, put yourself through pregnancy. Now you're putting yourself, through the program.
It was really good. They're really understanding. It was always helping, and she'd always be like, oh, well, you're not going to have the belly, so this is just an extra challenge for you. It was a challenge, but it was a good experience at the same time.
Okay, well, you're blessed with a healthy baby girl. She's adorable.
Thank you.
And Michelle, you have 4 children of your own, and you're also putting yourself through school.
That's right. I wanted to re-educate myself so that I would be able to take care of my kids and give them a better life.
For anyone out there who's thinking they want to go back to school for the new year, but they have either work, a family, they can't come full time, what would your advice be to them?
Just do it. It'll all fall into place. There's financial aid, and they work with you as far as your schedule, that they can work around what you need to do. Just do it.
Very good. Thanks for all of the advice to both of you. Happy holidays, and congratulations on your newborn.
Thank you.
All right, we're changing futures, changing lives here at McCann School of Business and Technology.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Looking good, borough of West Hazelton. I love the colored lights on the trees, and we're just 9 days away from Christmas and only 1 week away from winter, and we can't really complain about the weather. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be cloudy with a low of 36 degrees, while the northwest wind from 7 to 14 miles per hour. Now on the 4-day outlook, Wednesday looks like it will be mostly cloudy and then gradually becoming sunny with a high near 46. Wednesday night, 30% chance of showers after 5 a.m. Our low will be 39 degrees. New precipitation amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch possible. On Thursday, showers mainly before 1 p.m. Then periods of rain after 1 p.m. Our high will be near 48 degrees. Thursday night, 30% chance of showers before 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy, low of 35. Friday looks partly sunny with a high near 38. Friday night will be cool, partly cloudy, low of 24. On Saturday, we'll see sun again, partly sunny, high of 31 degrees. And then Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 25 degrees. Let's turn our attention now to your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 97, pick 3, 161, pick 4, 4777, and pick 5, 68062. We have a lot coming up in sports, but before we get there, here's some law talk.
We received a viewer question, and the viewer asks, who handles the estate if there is no will?
Very legitimate question. It happens quite frequently. A lot of people that we see, they be middle-aged or even kind of like myself, heading into the senior category, and they don't have a will. And of course, we can't predict when we're going to die, so it's not unlikely for someone to die without a will. Well, what happens if you have property and that property's in your name and you haven't set forth in a will who you want to get that property? What happens to that property? How is it, in the eyes of the law, administered? Well, it's administered under the Pennsylvania Fiduciary and Estate Code. It's called intestate. Intestate means that you don't have a will. And the code also provides that someone, a family member, spouse, brother, sister, cousin, someone has to be appointed by the court to transition that property to where it belongs once you pass away. And that can only be done by what we call a citation. And that citation has to be brought to the Register of Wills. The person seeking to administer the estate has to ask the Register of Wills to appoint them as the administrator of the estate. And they have to give notice of that meeting with the Register of Wills to other relatives, creditors, who may have a right under the fiduciary code to be administered and administer the estate. More often than not, it's a relative. More often than not, nobody objects. But that is a step that is necessary when there is no will designating an executor, if there's an executor named in a will, it's much easier. You take the will up, take the named executor, you get sworn in, and you start administering the estate from there. Without a will, you have to go through the citation process to have someone appointed, but effectively, once that's done, it's no different than having an executor in a will.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
This local sports season, we're spending some time getting to know some of the coaches at Penn State Hazleton. Next up is a guy many know very well in this area, head men's basketball coach Jeff Rush. He spent his life playing and coaching basketball in the Hazleton area. Jeff Rush is running on only a little bit of sleep. If he's tired, he's not showing it.
Sit right here for a second. You know what I'm saying? You reverse it. Now I go through.
The night before this practice, his team suffered a 71-47 defeat to Penn State Wilkes-Barre. 7'2" freshman Dean Shaner was a nightmare for Penn State Hazleton. He came off the bench for Penn State Wilkes-Barre and posted a triple-double with 10 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 blocks.
Coaches are always thinking, what can I do better? Coaches, if we lose a game, we're going to evaluate how we conducted our game, how we ran our offense. Did we run the right defense? Did we make the right adjustments? So I think coaches are always looking for extra sleep. So yeah, last night was a long night for me, but again, back out here today, you got to just work to get better.
According to Rush, his local Lions have to scratch and claw for everything they get in the Penn State University Athletic Conference. In a league where everyone is a Lion, some of the Commonwealth campuses have better hunting grounds than others.
A lot of people may not realize, but we don't have the biggest draw pull. Some of the other Penn States are by the big cities, like Penn State York. They can recruit out of Harrisburg. Penn State Beaver, who's powerful. Penn State Fayette, they're down by Pittsburgh. Penn State Brandywine is right by Philly. So, like, in our league, we're not an upper echelon team. We're one of those teams that are like in the middle of the pack, trying and working our butts off to try and become one of the top tier teams. And every night in the men's league is just a battle. There's a lot of talent in this league, and we just try and scrap, claw, and get as many wins as we can, but it's not easy.
The Lions at Penn State Hazleton have tasted success. Since Rush joined the staff in 2007, the team has 4 PSU-AC Northern Division championships. One of those came with Rush as head coach. In 2009, with Rush as associate head coach, the local Lions finished 8th in the country in the United States Collegiate Athletic Association. Getting to the top won't be easy, but Rush is a guy that knows about working hard and proving people wrong. Long before he was a Lion, he had dreams of being another kind of fierce cat.
I always was a big West Hazleton guy growing up because there was 3 high schools still. So I was a huge West Hazleton fan. I knew about Hazleton basketball because they were dominant, but I always wanted to be a Wildcat. And then going for Coach Leib, you know, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, and a lot of people said to me when I was in 9th grade, 8th grade, I was a pretty good player, but I said, Jeff, it's going to be tough. I mean, you're not very big, and you're going to one of the best programs in Pennsylvania. It's going to be tough to play basketball.
Rush ended up playing 3 years of varsity basketball at Hazleton area for head coach Bruce Leib and assistant Mike Joseph. He followed that up with a 2-year run at Penn State Hazleton for head coach Dr. Thomas Cassis. In 2003, he made the transition to coaching when Leib asked him to be part of the Cougar staff.
I think as a coach, I definitely follow in Coach Leib, Coach Joseph, and Coach Cassis' footsteps. Coach Leib in the fact that I want to be organized, disciplined. I want guys to play tenacious, tough, be prepared. Coach Cassis, more at the college level, you kind of have to be more like a coach, but also a father figure, somebody they can talk to. You know, they're getting an education, they're paying good money. Do they have family problems? Do they need to talk to you? It's just a whole other situation. You're recruiting kids in, you've promised them roster spots. I would never promise anybody minutes. I would never do that. They got to earn those minutes, but I guarantee guys roster spots. So, you know, you got to talk to them, those kind of things. At the high school level, it's probably a little bit different. You know, you don't promise guys anything. They got to earn everything. So Coach Leib and Coach Joseph, very strict on their players, but that's what makes them successful.
Rush has stepped out of the shadow of 3 great coaches and into the spotlight. It's a bright light, but it's probably helpful when drawing up plays late into the night. We did that interview after practice, and it was a lengthy interview, and after a little break, Rush was back with the team breaking down film. His team won the night after the interview against Lehigh Carbon Community College. Rush's team is on break until January, but our local high school teams are still playing. To the FYI standard speaker scoreboard we go. Hazleton area got 2 very fast pinfalls from Jimmy Hoffman and James Braulmeyer, and 5 forfeit victories and a comfortable 51-21 win over Berwick in wrestling. CJ Steinhilbert, Dane Tarantelli, Owen Boyer, Shane McGrath, and Joe Alexander had pins for North Schuylkill in their win over Monoy area. Andrew Wilson got a pin for the Golden Bears. In girls basketball, Tiffany Lepotsky scored her 1,000th career point at North Schuylkill as the Lady Spartans beat Pine Grove. Kristen Jones had a double-double with 12 points and 10 rebounds in Tamaulipa's win over Panther Valley. The Marion Phillies, they beat Monoy area as Savannah Krasinski posted a game-high 16 points and added 4 steals and 2 blocks. Marion is 5-0 on the year. That, my friend, is sports for Tuesday. Here comes the social report. Happy Wing Night! It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Ashland Area Community Chorus will be performing "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him" on Sunday, December 20th at 3 p.m. at the Church of Nazarene in Lavelle, and also on Sunday, December 27th at 3 p.m. at St. John's Lutheran Church in Ringtown. A free will offering will be accepted. For more information, just call 570-454-0856. And finally, St. Peter and Paul Church, 660 Alter Street in Hazleton, will be holding their annual cookie sale on Saturday, December 19th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The public is invited. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Victoria Suhina of Hazel Township. Mass is Thursday at 10 a.m. in the Transfiguration Church. Viewing is Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home is assisting the family. Elizabeth Ann Gantz, formerly of Drums, services were held in Wilmington, Delaware. And Justina Horvath, formerly of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church. Friends may call Friday from 8:30 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Orovitz Home for Funerals is in charge of arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Judy Sheeler of Barnesville. Judy, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Thank you for watching FYI. If you missed any of the show, you can watch online, SSPTV.com. And remember, breaking news is at Facebook.com/FYI News 13 and StandardSpeaker.com. Take it easy, everyone.
Burger Cadillac, Hazleton. Drive with experience.